Mike Pachelli here. Thanks for tuning in. For this lesson, I'll be talking about the Beatles recording of P.S. I Love You that they did in September of 1962. The song was written by Paul McCartney in 1962 after their manager had told them that he secured a recording contract for them with EMI and that they should start writing some new songs. And about writing the song, Paul has said, "It's just an idea for a song, really, a theme song based on a letter, like the paperback writer idea. It was pretty much mine. I don't think John had much of a hand in it. There are certain themes that are easier than others to hang a song on, and a letter is one of them. Dear John is the other version of it. The letter is a popular theme, and it's just my attempt at one of those. It's not based in reality, nor did I write it to my girlfriend, Roan, from Hamburg, which some people think." June 6, 1962, the Beatles are at EMI with George Martin producing, and they do a recording of P.S. I Love You with Pete Best on drums, but George Martin is not impressed by Pete Best's playing. They're back in the studio on September 4th, and this time Ron Richards producing, and they run through the songs a couple of times, but they don't record it. But then on September 11th, 62, they're back in the studio with Ron Richards producing again, and Ron had not been happy with Ringo's playing on Love Me Do on the September 4th session, so he hires a session drummer, Andy White, to come in and play drums on the song, and they relegate Ringo to playing maracas. Now, you can read that Andy White played bongos or woodblock, but if you listen closely, it's clear that he's just playing the side stick on the snare and a little light hi-hat on the song. And it was a terrible blow to Ringo to be having to play maracas, and he kind of never forgave George Martin for that. They do it live to tape in 10 takes. With no overdubs, and they finish the song in 1 hour. And if you listen closely to the song, though, the bass is really out of tune. It was released as a B-side to the single Love Me Do in Britain on October 5th, 62, and it's the first single ever released by the Beatles. Fun facts to know and tell. The single climbed the charts to number 17 because their manager, Brian Epstein, bought 10,000 copies to make sure that the song got in the top 20. They played it live on a number of BBC radio shows like Here We Go and The Talent Spot and Pop Goes the Beatles. And they also played the song live on their third Hamburg visit between April and June of 1962. The song was released on the Please Please Me album in Britain on March 22nd, 1963, and in the USA on an album called Introducing the Beatles on VJ Records in January of 1964. So that's the backstory. Let's get started. John Lennon is playing his Gibson J160E on P.S. I Love You, and he's got it plugged into his Vox amp, so I've done the same. There's a lot of chords in the song, but it's a nice, simple song for, beginner to intermediate players, so let's have a look at it. Here's the chords you'll need. You'll need a G, a C-sharp 7, first position D played like this. You'll need an A. You're going to need an E minor, a B minor. You'll need a B flat, and he voices it like this. And that's hard to grab mid-strum if you have long fingers. And you'll need a C. And I believe those are all the chords. So the intro is straight, mostly eighth notes again, straight strumming. So I'll just play it for you. Here's the intro. 2, 3, 4. Nice and simple. Now in the verses, it's pretty much, again, just eighth notes for the whole time, except on measure 8, there's a quarter note, and on measure 10, there's a dotted eighth with a 16th. But pretty much, other than that, straight strumming. And verse 1 and 2 are very identical. Charts and tabs will make it perfectly clear for you. But here's like verse 1. It goes like this. 3, 4. see, even for me, it's difficult to grab that cleanly, that B flat. A little better. And then again, there's that dotted eighth to a 16th on measure 10 where you play. Then on to the bridge. Again, pretty much straight eighths. Just in the last measure of the bridge, there's a dotted eighth to a 16th, and measure before that, there's some quarter notes. But a bridge sounds like this. Bridge 1 is 3, 4. So all you really need to be cognizant of is pretty much that dotted eighth to the 16th, again, on measure 8 of the bridge. And you very slowly, it's like... Yeah. We're up to speed. Then verse 3, let's see. Verse 3, very similar to verse 1 and 2. I'll just play it for you. Here's verse 3. 2, 3, 4. And you see at the end of that where he does the dotted eighth to 16th on both measures 9 and 10 of that verse. And then bridge 2, we'll just give it to you. Here's bridge 2, 3, 4. Again, with the dotted eighth to a 16th on the last measure, measure 8 of the bridge. And then verse 4 on the way out, simple, and I'll do it for you here. 3, 4. And you see he played the B flat a little different. He plays the B flat on the ending like this to go up to the C. So those very last measures slowly are. Charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com will make it perfectly clear, but that's John's rhythm part on P.S. I Love You. George Harrison is also playing a J160E on P.S. I Love You through his Vox amplifier. And although he's dealing like on the intro with the same chords that John was dealing with, George has a really intrinsic way of being a lead guitar player. And he's only 19 years old. And it should be noted that there's not a lot of references for him to go deal with to be a lead guitar player in 1962. But somehow he knows how to make things fatter. So on the G chord, instead of playing a full G, he just plays the fifth and an octave. And on the C#7, he plays the root and a third. And then he plays just partial of the D chords. So his intro sounds like this. 3, 4. Just very simple part, but again, with John's full chords, it just fattens up the sound. Now on the verses, he does sort of the same thing. He's pretty much playing whole notes for the most part. And he plays two different voicings than what John would have done. On the B flat, he goes up here. And for a C, he plays like a C over E. Other than that, he's dealing with the same voicings that John played, but he's not playing, the full chords. So he plays like this. He goes on a verse. 2, 3, 4. And verse 2 is almost identical, except just at the end on the last two measures, it's like getting into the bridge. Now on the bridge, again, same chords that John was dealing with, but again, he plays partial, like just low parts of it. So on the bridge, he plays like this, 3, 4. Verse 3, again, just kind of fattening up the sound. Here's what he does on verse 3, 3, 4. I just love what George does. Bridge 2, I'll give it to you. Here's George's part on bridge 2, 3, 4. Simple, but just so effective in making both guitars just sound so fat. And verse 4 on the way out, George's part is this. 3, 4. Simple and effective. George Harrison, just brilliant. That's his part on P.S. I Love You. Well, I put it together in a sound like so you can see how all the parts fit together. So do have a look at this.
As I write this letter, send my love to you. Remember that I'll always be in love with you. Treasure these few words till we're together. Keep all my love forever. P.S. I love you. I'll be coming home again to you, love, until the day I do, love. P.S. I love you. As I write this letter, send my love to you. Remember that I'll always be in love with you. Treasure these few words till we're together. Keep all my love forever. P.S. I love you. As I write this letter, oh, send my love to you. You know I want you to remember that I'll always, be in love with you. I'll be coming home again to you, love, until the day I do, love. P.S. I love you. I love you.
Well, So there you have two simple parts being very effective in driving a song. I suggest you download the charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com, learn both parts, play along with my sound like, and you'll get it just like the Beatles. And I really, really appreciate your consideration in supporting my work that way. And please, if you haven't, do subscribe to my YouTube channel, because that moves me up in the YouTube queue. So have fun playing this great old song, and until next time, I'm Mike Pachelli. Thanks for hanging out with me.